Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. Thank you very much for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please make sure to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. But basically what I was wanting to do for today's video was I was kind of just wanting to show you around. So I've spent a bit of time, been rescaping tanks, juggling fish around, all that kind of thing. So I think it'll all just look cooler basically. So what I was going to do is just show you around all that stuff. Hopefully give you guys a bit of a fun little tour thing. So yeah, why don't we just get straight into that, eh? So here we are just when you first walk in. This stuff's probably not going to change that much, so we'll go relatively fast. We've got big man Jeremy, the red Oscar here. The one-eyed green Severum, who doesn't have a name. It's the other eye, obviously, that he's missing. And then we have a bunch of featherfin synodontists down the back there. There they are. And the big black ghost knife. So yeah, that's those guys, pretty much same as they always are, ready to greet you when you first come in. Then we next we got our big mixed mbuna tank. So there's red top lycoma, redfin trophiops, elongatus impanga, albino zebra, and synodontis lupinus. Some really cool stuff. This is quickly becoming one of my favorite tanks that we've got here. People really seem to love it. It's it's a real showstopper. I was actually thinking I might try rent this tank out if anyone's listening who's got a business who could do with some mbunas. I haven't really advertised it yet because I'm gonna refresh the stand. I'm gonna make it look real nice, but yeah, that's what we got for now, and I think it's a really stunning, effective display. It's just looks awesome, basically, really, to be honest. So yeah, I mean, you can't beat that. Then right next to it, we got our little bookshelf shell dweller tank. They're darting away. But we've got the Neolampologus brevis. So there's one pair here. Then three, I think it is, or four that hang out down this end. But yeah, it's still a new tank, so it's still going through all its algae phases and everything. But it's certainly getting there. Just powered by this little aquaclear filter. And got some little pothos and stuff growing out of it. But yeah, I think it'll look real cool once it's done. Although I was kind of wanting to move it to my desk. But we shall see how that goes, but it is looking really nice. It's going to look so cool once it matures into its final form, shall we say. Next up, we got the next Lake Tanganyika tank. So this one's focused around the Duolithochromis dickfeldi, or dickfeldi. So that's like a cave dweller, a rock dweller, or a crevice dweller. That is actually a really stunning fish. So what more could you want? The only problem is I threw in a bunch of food into all of the tanks so I could show you guys some more eating, but the food I chucked in was Rapashi grub pie, and it actually got kicked in behind this rock, so you might struggle to see them, but these guys are awesome. They're like one of my favorite fish. You just can't beat them. I do really wish I had some at home, to be honest, so watch this space, you never know. But yeah, they're a fantastic fish. And then down here we got the fry of the Geophagus tubhos. Well, I say fry, they're getting pretty big. They're not the world's fastest growers, so, they're not massive, but they are certainly getting there. I have been tidying this tank up because it has had a bunch of kind of half-dead plants that I'm trying to resurrect, but trying to get a bit more focused on it now. So, yeah, that's basically what we got going on down here. Then behind us we got, this one, it always does this random flashy thing, but this is the pair that actually is the parents of those other little brevis that we just glimpsed before, with some crypt walkeri and a rock. So yeah, this is just a fun little breeding tank that doesn't look flash but does the job. Then we got this little vase with a little crypt wenty in it. Trying to wash all the dust off. I did add a smattering of extra aqua soil into that, so it's all dusty, but it'll look cool. It's nothing fancy, it's just I actually rescued some goldfish out of here, so, that was good. They went to a pond, but I thought, it's still quite a nice vase. We'll chuck a plant in it. Then down here next to it, we got the albino cherry barb. Again, fry, but not really fry. They're actually getting pretty big. There's a few of them. I think there's like 12 or so in there. But yeah, they're going to go out in my summer tub pond, which you can learn about on the 3 That's Aquariums podcast, if you like, if you don't know what I'm talking about. But they'll go out in my summer tub pond in a couple of weeks when they're when it's warm enough to deal. Then next to them we got everyone's favorite. Everyone loves this tank, but we got the cherry barbs, both long fin and short fin, stir-by corridora, albino corridora. Actually, that's it. But yeah, really beautiful tank. It's a high-tech planted tank, but I don't really. It's not anything crazy. It's got it gets a bit of algae in that, but I'm not really too fast. As long as the plants are growing, the fish are happy. This tank is really designed around the fish because I think they're just stunning. Everyone loves them, and it's a really beautiful kind of showpiece type of tank. So yeah, that's the CO2 just cranking. And then I'll show you who's next. Franklin the axolotl is next. This is Frank the axolotl. He doesn't come out of his little tunnel here, so well he does sometimes, but not often. That's his little tank. It's nothing crazy, but it's one of those ones that everyone loves. I do want to take Franklin home, but I don't know if I can because everyone just loves him so much. Like all the kids come and see him after school and all that. So I'd feel horrible if I took him home. So I don't know. He might just have to stay there for now. Stay here in his tank. There is a potential possibility that his tank will get upgraded, but we'll see how we go. He's fine in this tank, but I have one that I think will be quite cool with an axolotl, so we'll have to see. Fingers crossed. Watch the space, if you will. I will just quickly gloss over all the dry goods. We are a little bit low on dry goods, so I won't do anything too crazy. A lot of very kind of run-of-the-mill standard stuff. Got food and ornaments and decorations. Oh, Repashy. How can you not love Repashy? Repashy's the best. It's definitely the best food around, I reckon. At least insofar as what's available in New Zealand goes. It is fantastic. It is just like the recipe for having fat and healthy fish is the Repashy. But yeah, then other than that, nothing really too cool in the dry goods area. It's probably been moved around a little bit, but still the same stuff, so who cares. Then we got our big Lake Malawi tank. Big display tank. I was so annoyed about it. My big OB eye biter dislocated his jaw when he was fighting. So that was annoying. I couldn't get it back into place, so I actually just gave him to a customer. He's fine, he can still eat and everything, he just looks a bit funny, so I just gave him to a customer, but these are my guys. The tank's looking a little bit thin. I've been juggling fish around, sold a couple, all that kind of thing, so might have to get some more stuff. Got an electric blue fairy grown out, but I am after a lot of stuff for it. I'd love to have a white knight, want to have a Taiwan reef. My Banshee's getting pretty old, so I might have to get another Banshee in there. A couple different OB strains would look cool. Eureka Reds would be cool. Yeah, whole bunch of stuff that I'm wanting to grab basically for this tank. So yeah, it's getting there, but nothing too crazy. It's one of those ones that no matter what it looks like, it's an effective display. This side we got some goldfish. These are rescue goldfish, so they weren't in great shape when I got them, but now they're back to full health. So I'm just trying to find a pond for them to go to because they really do need a pond. They're getting some nice size. They got some lovely colours on them, so I actually do really love ponds. I really at this time of year we work on a lot of ponds for our servicing clients and that, and I honestly love it so much. Like working on ponds is fantastic. This tank, that tank's pretty much empty. There's like two little convicts like this, so that's boring. I have something really cool planned for this tank, but not right now, but in a couple weeks there's going to be something super cool in there. But no, I'm not going to spill the beans. That tank's empty, so that's not fun, but it did have a flower horn, but that's sold. He's moved to a new home. This is a King Kong parrot pair. I don't think the male's fertile. It's something like 3% of males are fertile or something like that. So they did have eggs that they laid on this little airplane here, but they were fungused up and then got munched. So they are cool fish though. They got this whole tank to themselves, so they just hang out. But yeah, really cool. This tank is just the tank I'm looking after for somebody. It's kind of one of those ones I'm trying to get it messy as possible, so there is as much kind of detritus and algae and stuff for all the fish to munch on. Because it's got all those cool little nano fish, like green neons and ember tetras and like Otocinclus, Epistotrophaciata. There is a zebra pleco in here somewhere, not that anyone's ever going to see it. All that kind of thing, so I'm kind of just letting it go wild. Then we've got the plant sales tank. I did get rid of my Hillstream Loach. I don't know if anyone's been in recently, but I've had a rogue Hillstream Loach in here for ages that has just been polishing off all the cherry barb fry, I reckon. Or not the fry, the eggs. But now he's gone. So hopefully we'll get some cherry barbs cranking in there. Again, just for fun. I'm not really trying to breed them to like supply the shop or anything. I just think it'll be fun. So yeah, why not? Got one male, 3 females, and maybe 4 fry that are too small, like this kind of guy. So yeah, they're cool fish. Can't beat a good cherry barb. The Africans are up here, but I'll come back to that and we'll do all the Africans all at once. This part is, there's nothing in here. I recently, just this morning, completely ripped it apart and then put it back together. It's going to look so nice, I think, but it's just got to wait for all the dust to settle and the water to clear in that. But I've got all these crypts, green tiger lotus, and then just a rock covered in Anubias. I think it'll look very, very cool once it is re-established. I was thinking I'll pull these golden barbs out of here and chuck them in that tank because it's real black, the other tank, so having a bunch of gold to contrast would be cool. But yeah, got angelfish, golden barbs, cherry barbs, penguin tetras, that kind of thing in here. But I just got a whole bunch of different crypts in here. I reckon it looks real cool. It doesn't, I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't look as cool on the video as it does in real life, so that's kind of lame, but come in and look at it, I reckon it looks cool. And then we got just this rock with Anubias growing on it. But yeah, that's the, oh, there's a few Pristella tetras in there. Maybe, not a lot, maybe 6 or 7 or something like that. Then this tank's kind of a bit of hodgepodge of all kinds of schooling fish. Got yellow phantoms, lemon tetras, serpes, glow light danios, what else? Bolivian rams, golden gourami, bristlenoses, kind of just all sorts just goes in here. I did pull it apart and redo it because I didn't think it looked too nice, but like aesthetically, the scape, but I kind of just threw it back together for now. I will do something different, I reckon, but I haven't quite decided yet. This tank I think is quite cool. I can't do real plants in here because the cribs are pretty rough digging them all up because there's so many of them. But yeah, there's cribs, black skirt tetras, snakeskin gourami in here. And then these plants are all fake, and then we just got the driftwood and a little ornament log type of deal. Then this side we got not a lot in this tank either. We got blue rainbows and angelfish and Pelvochromis tenuatus, the Nigerian red cubensis, which is that guy there. That's real cool. But yeah, again, I also did kind of just throw everything in here, make it look nice for now, but this tank's got to get a rescape too. I just haven't exactly decided what I want to do with it. Then this tank is probably going to stay pretty bare because it's goldfish, but we've got a blue fantail and a ranchu. And it does need probably a gravel vac. This tank is, again, more cherry barbs on a breed, but this is the albino cherry barbs that are going to go, these are the parents of those other ones I showed you before, and they're going to go in that summer tub pond once it gets a bit warmer. Won't be too far away, but, you know, when it gets there. Then this tank is Siamese algae black neons, and mollies, I think it is, and bristlenoses. But yeah, I don't know, that tank also needs redoing. I probably should have done this video once I'd done them all, but, you know. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this tank either. Then this tank we've got white clouds and a betta. There's so many of these trumpet snails in here. I'm really wanting these red ramshorns to outcompete them, but we'll see how we go. Then I just put a pile of rocks in this little house. I reckon it looks real cool. It's like a little Asian kind of vibe. Next we have this tank that is currently under medication, but everyone's fine now. But they were not the world's most happy fish. Not these guys. There was some cardinals in here. Cardinals is one of those ones that they always come in really unwell, so that sucked. But they're all pretty much back to normal. They'll probably get the all clear maybe Wednesday, I think. They've been fine for a couple of days, but I want to make sure. Obviously got platies, blue rams, albino cories, and hillstream loaches. So yeah, that's them. Some really cool, fun little fish. In here, basically, we've got harlequin rasboras and guppies. There is one lonely dwarf neon rainbow that kind of made its way through the last lot, basically. Got missed, but yeah, he's doing happy. He's doing his thing. Then this side we got the longfin, cherry barbs, apple snails, and some assorted guppies. Kind of a fun little tank. I put a whole bunch of, I chucked in so much duckweed because I just cleared a bunch of the tanks, so they'll be munching away on that and polish that off in no time. Then next, I did rescape this tank. I just chucked this big log thing in. It had a big rock, but I didn't really like it, so I got this log that's got all these leaves. Yeah, it's got mollies, bronze cories, rosy tetra, and peldanio. But yeah, it's a fun little tank, nice and active and all that. This side we got, oh look at all these guys. There's these tiny little bristlenose babies, like fresh out the cave. And then a bunch of fancy guppies that, you know, can never beat a fancy guppy basically. This side we got more guppies, not so fancy, but kind of all sorts. Smashing their grub pie. Absolutely picking it to shreds, so that's always good. This side we got glow light tetras and some mollies. What more could you want? I love the glow lights. They're such fantastic little fish. They'd have to be one of my personal favorites, to be honest. Like, you know, a staple in the hobby for a reason kind of thing. And it did redo all their plants at the back, so there is a bit of hair algae, but the mollies will polish it off and it's not too bad. This side, this tank is red Beckford pencils, pygmy cories, some guppies, and longfin albino bristlenose. This plane is in here because this bristlenose won't come out, and I really need him to come out because I want to put this in a tank where if I put him in, he will get eaten. So, you know, I'm just trying to wait for him to get out, and then I'm going to yank that plane out and put it in the tank I want to, but it's a game of chicken at the moment. This side we got more platies, we got brown, blue mystery snails, and a bristlenose, and that's it. And I'm trying to get them to polish off all this algae that's growing on these Anubias pieces, but I only put these in a couple of days ago, so... no, not a couple of days ago, a couple of hours ago. So they haven't really done anything yet, but I'll come in a couple of days and it will all be gone between the platies and the apple snails, so yeah. And I did really simplify this. I really like kind of the simple look of, you know, the fish can swim all around it type of thing, but yeah. That's basically what we got going on in there. This is the last community type tank. We just got a couple pearl gouramis in here. I don't know where the other one's gone, but yeah, then we got all these plants. I have kind of redone all the plants, but I think once it grows in, it's going to look so, it's just going to be so lovely. It's just going to look so awesome. It's just a fun little peaceful tall tank basically. So yeah, that's that tank there, and I love it, and everyone seems to like it, so that's the main thing. Next up we got some Mbunas. So we got the red top lycomas, yellow labs, and then we also got the Neolamprologus lalupi in here. The lalupi probably shouldn't be in here, but it's one of those ones like do as I say, not as I do kind of thing. They're fine in here for now, given everyone's size and everything, but I wouldn't mix them as a matter of course. In here we got the Livingstone colony. I just put a simple crocodile skull because I wanted to, this tank had a lot of decorations and I wanted to really kind of minimize it and just give them as much open water swimming space as I could, obviously being open water haps, and yeah, they seem to enjoy it. Couple males colouring up, showing off, all that good stuff. Here's a bunch of mixed peacocks and haps. Actually, might just be peacocks left, but yeah, a lot of OBs and then a few other bits and pieces, but yeah, I mean, this is one of those ones, like, there's always gems in here. No matter what I do, there's always something cool in here. A couple actually real nice OBs, actually, recently, so gotta love that. It is a bit murky, because one of those cuts back there was because the customer came in and one of you lovely people bought a bunch of them, so that's why it's a bit murky, but no, it looks cool. The plants are dying, but they're always dying. This side, this tank is having real problems in that there's just not enough fish in here. Like, you guys are buying them too fast, so keeping a 4-foot peacock tank with 6 fish is not ideal. So this is, again, I can kind of manage it because I'm always hearing that, but this is going to cause problems for you guys if you try this. So ideally don't end up in this situation, but I am going to order in a bunch more fish to fill it back up for you guys. Then this side we got an OB peacock colony, nothing crazy, but you know, some real cool stuff in here. It'll be one of those ones that, like, OBs is a great one to breed if you're starting, because you can't go wrong. Even if they hybridize, like an OB is a hybrid, so you can kind of mix and match with any other fish that you want. But yeah, they're basically just hanging out in there. And then there's a bunch of odd hodgepodge random, few female venustus, my electric blue I'm growing out for my display, and then a bunch of random peacocks that are fine but nothing crazy. So yeah, that's basically what we got going on here. So thank you guys very much for watching. That kind of concludes my little show around of the shop. Hopefully there's some stuff. The idea is that there's some stuff, number one, new stuff every time you guys come in. Hopefully there's something new, be it a tank's been rescaped or a new product or a new fish or something. And then hopefully there's something to interest everyone, you know, be it a type of fish, a product, plant, whatever. So yeah, let me know what you guys liked. I always love to hear it. But yeah, otherwise, thank you guys very much for watching. I love you all so much, and we'll catch you in the next one. See ya.